we have a very exciting announcement to make today in that as part of our commitment to being a 21st century Boys and Girls Club, as part of that commitment to make sure that all kids are global ready, for the last several months, our organization has been working on an acquisition of another nonprofit. And this nonprofit has specialized on preparing kids for the 21st century with the skills that they will need for the jobs that are waiting for them. And so this acquisition of a nonprofit that was founded just a few years ago, YEP for Kids, stands for Youth Entrepreneurship Program, is an organization that is fully committed to teaching young kids the passion and the energy for them to be prepared for 21st century jobs. Specifically, they're teaching young kids coding skills and internet safety and computer science skills, exposing them to all the opportunities and the careers that are available to them in these industries. We know that there's 1 million projected unfilled jobs in the next few years in this industry. And as we've talked about the unemployment crisis in previous years, my belief is that we have an unemployment crisis not because we don't have jobs available, it's because we aren't preparing kids for the jobs that are actually waiting for them, and this is part of our commitment. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Cole and Porter very well over the last year. They reached out to me on LinkedIn, and they scheduled a meeting with me, had no idea I was meeting with high school kids. And when I met with them, I think almost verbatim, I told them, you're one of the most disciplined, well-organized nonprofits I've ever seen. Who's helping you? And I was surprised to find out that it's them. They founded this. They taught themselves how to write code when they were in middle school, as if that's a thing that we can all just do. Then they wrote their own curriculum, and they started recruiting other high school students to volunteer at elementary schools and teach younger kids how to code. They published their own book. They developed their own YouTube channel to help other kids learn how to write code. And then they started a new partnership in South Africa, and they teach a group of kids in this organization that looks almost like a Boys and Girls Club on that end, and they teach them internet safety and computer science skills. And so for the last year, we've been working together, and we're very excited that as Cole and Porter graduate next week, I want to remind you they're high school students and they're graduating this week. What were you doing in high school? It's so important that we not underestimate how truly special these two guys are. They both have been accepted to University of Pennsylvania. They're both completing an engineering degree. And Cole, in addition to that, as if it's not enough, he's also earning a business degree at the Wharton School at the same time. So, I learned very quickly, the nicer we are to them, the nicer they're going to be to me when I work for them. And so, out of a strategic planning session, they determined that once they go to college, this program will not have the momentum that it has had the last couple of years. So the Boys and Girls Club will be integrating YEP for Kids into the org chart. We'll be expanding it to the footprint that we have at, as Travis mentioned, 17 high schools, and we'll be serving thousands and thousands of younger kids and teaching them the vital skills they'll need for the 21st century. As part of our commitment to Cole and as part of this acquisition, we want to also thank Gibson Dunn and John Dennis, the attorneys that have given their time and service pro bono to help us with all the legal filings to make sure that we have formalized this partnership. But to really recognize Cole and Porter, we have a very interesting award to give them. This is an actual hard drive from an old computer at the Boys and Girls Club. We don't use computers anymore. All that stuff is outdated. But on here, we put a quote that I felt really describes you very well. The people who are crazy enough to think they will change the world are the ones that do, Steve Jobs. So I want to thank you both. Cool. Thank you guys.